We're at our favorite little city lake again today. And one of my viewers, Titus, commented that my giveaway talk or whatever video about my giveaway wasn't had no audio. So I'm just trying to correct that now. I get paid this Friday or Thursday or one of these days, and I'm gonna buy that reel and get it shipped out to whoever wins. When I get paid and I get the reel in my hand, which will probably be like next Monday or something, Tuesday, I don't know, however long it takes for it to get mailed to me, I'll get it directly mailed out. But we're gonna have to download some kind of number generator or something like that, and we'll see how it works. Hey, text your mom and tell her that no, I didn't take Cambry with me. But anyways, I just want to let you guys know. Someone comment and let me know if I got it, if the audio's going through. I only got 2 bars of 5G service. So I don't know if the audio is clear or not. We're out here fishing. Let me show you what we got. Let me show you the spread we got. Flip you guys around. We got crappie heads and fillets on all these rods out here, and they vary from 4 foot to 19 foot deep. Anyway, I'm just hoping to get a fish tonight. Wouldn't it be something if I got a fish on this one, which is the reel that I'm giving away. I got a video where I snagged a spoonbill and reeled it in with it, so it'll handle a big fish. Plus, I think Luke Hedges uses these. Plus, I think Spencer from River Certified uses them. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. Pretty lake, ain't it? Pretty good spot to be at. Whether we catch fish or not, the view's nice. We won't complain about that. Better than the view at work, I'll tell you that. It was a good view till I flipped that camera back around, huh? Where are the bodies? Hell, I don't know. I wouldn't tell you if I did know. My wife one time, she said, what would you do if we walked up and we found a dead body? I said, I'd turn around and walk away. She said, you wouldn't tell nobody? I said, hell no, it's none of my business. I ain't trying to get involved in that shit. Ain't none of my business, ain't gonna be none of my business. We go home and have dinner and act like we didn't see nothing, watch a movie maybe. This ain't true in all cases, but I do believe in most cases that people don't kill people for no reason. I could be way off, but I'm pretty sure they don't. I'd show you these 2 ducks over here fighting in the middle of the lake, but the camera won't zoom in that good. I don't know if a turtle's got a hold of him or if it's 2 ducks fighting. I just see the commotion out there. They're getting down with each other. If you're from the Sahoma Pretty Water area, John Matthew, no you don't. I got a job. Anyway, if you're from this area, they just stocked Pretty Water Lake with a bunch of channel catfish, probably eater size. I've never really fished there, so I don't really know. 200 meters north. Where are we going? Oh yeah, not looking, not looking. "200 meters north." So over the levee. $300K, come hit me up. Come knock on my door. Let me know. 300K, you're speaking my language. I'll bury all your fish bodies for 300K. Hey, you lose your attitude. This Honey Boo Boo Badger, she, I don't know what her problem is. No, John Matthew. No, sir. I like my freedom. I'm just gonna stay out here and fish. I'm trying to think of what's north of me, and there's a house. Looks like a pole barn style house on the other side of a levee through a ravine. I'm from the US, so I don't really know what meters are, but how many feet are in a meter, or how many miles, or kitty. You guys hear that dog with her attitude problem? I picked her up. That's why I like her. Let's see if we can get her all riled up real quick. You big old klutz. He's a big old baby, huh? She's about 12 weeks old. She's getting pretty big. She's still got some growing to go. Her brother, he's a freaking tank. And stubborn too. He thought she had an attitude problem with picking her up. He'd really freaked out. I guess there used to be a park here. Maybe before they fixed the dam, you could come over here. Look at this picnic table here. Down in the water now. Good place for the ducks to come, I guess. I like how they left that one corner out right there, like there's enough room to walk through there. Come on now. I don't know what that used to be. It looks like some kind of a spring or something. It's got water coming out on the other side. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but and it's got a pipe right in the center of it. Pretty interesting stuff out here. I like this little city lake. 200 yards. 200 yards. Let's see. 200 yards, there's a bank over there. That's north of me. No, that's south of me. Okay. Well, right over there's a bait store and a dock. There's a whole bunch of bodies on the dock though. They all seem like pretty good fellas though. I was over there fishing with them earlier. Let me show you guys something funny, see if you guys think it's as funny as I do. I tell my kids and my wife all the time to grab my fan base, and what I use to hold my camera up is a piece off of a selfie stick with a 10mm bolt through it, mounted on a fan base. So I all the time make a joke, tell them to grab my fan base. Matt Johnson, I have caught bait. I didn't record that, but I'll show you what we got. And this is what I've got out on all my catfish rods right now, is crappie. I'm using little crappie heads and fillets. Thank you. I think I got 3 casted out. I got 7 rods, but I've got fillets and heads on them, and I got 4 left. I had 7 crappie in total. About 20 minutes of fishing to get them. Just a 7. Well, I was on the dock and they were talking about a big old bass that keeps trying to eat the crappie off the top. I dropped down a Bobby Garland and a little hair jig, and I hooked that bass. He broke me off, but I hooked him, and they were all going on in there. Everybody have a good day at work today? I did. I had 4 6-inch welds, and I got the hell out of there. Went home, planted some corn, some radishes. And I don't even like radish. I don't know why I'm planting them, but it is what it is. I like the greens off the top of the radishes more than I like the actual radish. Let's see here. We went back past the 81st Street Bridge. We were trying to go up there and throw net some shad. Couldn't find any. That cold snap pushed them back out deep. Then I got scrounging around on the boat. And I keep these crawlers on here. They're Wrangler Live fat juicy red worms. And anyway, I like them because there's no refrigeration needed. And it actually works. I leave these in my truck all the time and they don't die or get bad or nothing. Well, I had 2 packs of them on the boat. My 4 almost 5-year-old, she likes to play in them, so I imagine that's where they went. I had 2 30 packs on the boat, and they gone. So we couldn't catch no shell cracker for bait. So we ran the boat all the way back down to this end of the lake, on the west end. We went on the dock and started catching crappie for bait. Which this lake, it needs the help with the crappie population anyway. They're so stunted in here. You mostly only catch the size that I showed you. About 1 in every 10,000 you catch a good one. I'm about to do a good one out of this lake. We should be at Pretty Water where they just stocked it with catfish, but I'm a knucklehead, so we're gonna sit down here and fish. Fish and drink Mountain Dew. And some of this fucking alkaline water. It'd be pretty sweet to bust a flathead. My biggest catch ever. Well, I've caught some 80-pound spoonbill. If you're counting those, I actually got them on my channel. My biggest this year was 42 pounds on rod and reel, blue cat. I also got that on video. My biggest flathead was 55 pounds, and it was before I started YouTube. But I've caught several 30s and 40s and put them on here. But no, snagging is my biggest. I've caught 2 80-pound spoonbill. No live scope or none of that, just out there putting in the time. I had a live scope unit and I sold it. I didn't really use it. I'm a cat fisherman by nature. Crappie, I just follow everybody else, you know. Whenever they're fishing, whenever the crappie are on the bank, I fish on the bank, and when they're not on the bank, then I don't fish for them. Usually I know a place or two where I can catch crappie, so I've got a bunch of videos on that too. What's your biggest fish? Bad choices? Left-handed trigger finger, 244. Man, it's pretty awesome. I got some videos down below. Ooh, goddamn, there's not that big a spoonbill down there. 25, 30, 40 pounders. Nothing huge. But I like to I got a C-Tech medium heavy rod with a a pin wrath reel on there and a 40-pound test braided line, and I just used a 1/2 ounce sinker and a treble hook. I don't even snag. I just cast it out there, and then I'll reel it kind of slow, and I can feel that weight skipping along the bottom. And when you hit a fish and you set the hook, and I knocked the crap out of them. You're in Iowa? Man, what's the fishing like in Iowa? I watched some of you guys, they're Spencer from River Certified. I'm pretty sure he's from there. Oh, what's up, Southern Wildfin? You been fishing lately? I'm just out here trying to get on a flathead or a blue cat or something. Probably get old channel rat. I got these 2 rods over here off of the west side of the boat. They're on a log, 1 crappie head and 1 crappie fillet. And then I've got these ones fanned out from 19 foot to 4 foot of water. Just trying to get on one. Got off work a little early today. Went in and did my work, and got to come fishing today, so I'm happy about it. It's good. We got Missouri on one side and Mississippi on the other. Yeah, man, I want to fish the Mississippi River so bad. I'll be fishing in Texas sometime next week, though. Hey, Southern Wildfin, does this count towards my watch hours when you're doing lives? I'm just curious about that. I didn't know if that counted towards your watch time or not. Are the shads still running down there? Southern Wildfin? Tomorrow, if I get off early, which I doubt I will, we're gonna probably go bass fishing in the pond. Thank you, Southern Wildfin. Thank you, Polar Bear Chad. Appreciate it. Since you guys are just now, some of you guys are probably just now tuning in, we'll go back over this reel that I'm doing in my giveaway. Uh-oh. Well, if I can get this phone to stay locked in. Sorry about that, guys. See a Lee hose, 300 size. The 300 doesn't have the it doesn't have the bait clicker, but I don't use the bait clicker. We might do that in a future video or something, future giveaway. But I like this size 300. Like I said, I've snagged a spoonbill with it and stuff, and it seems to hold up pretty good. So, Polar Bear Chat, I was wondering about that. That's all I'm lacking now, watch hours. And I need to start getting on here more and doing these lives. I record with my phone, so it's hard for me to get the takedowns unless my wife's with me recording. And so it makes it kind of hard for me to get my takedowns. But I could set this back up. I might want to change it to where I don't know if I can use a wide lens or not. But if I could use a wide lens and set this at the front of my boat and then have my watch on, have a power pack hooked up to my phone, then you guys could see the whole rod rack behind me, and I'm kind of watching the rods a little bit while I'm talking to you guys. And we're watching the wrong ones, because the ones that I'm hoping go down are on the other side of the boat, but that's okay. I'll get you guys adjusted if we get a fish on any of them. But heck, who knows? Might not get nothing, but we got a wind from the west. They say fishing's the best. Shoot, I'm here to see. Wind from the west, fishing's the best. It's a little nursery rhyme, I guess. Wind from the east, you'll catch the least. Wind from the south blows the bait in their mouth. Wind from the north, don't go forth. I think that's how it goes. It's the only nursery rhyme I know. We got steady barometric pressure though. You can see the clouds in the background. When you got clouds like that, overcast day, it means you got a steady barometric pressure, so. Okay. Yeah, I'll get a different thing to hold my phone so that way I can do that. Because I'd like to be able to do it like that. Yeah. You like that nursery rhyme, left-handed trigger finger? Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Man, I just want to look back and see one of these rods double over. We catch one fish and it'll be a good day on a day that I didn't predict I was going to get to go fishing on. We got all the way across the lake earlier and I looked down and my gas gauge was bouncing between a quarter and an eighth. We got stopped. Yeah, I just turned the boat, just turned the ignition on. We ain't got no gas. We're running on fumes. It's all right though. This boat sips fuel, so when I fill it up, like, I don't know, every 2 months or something, I won't look at it again, and then next thing I know, when I do look at it, it's empty. Man. That rod, that Pin Pursuit 5 right there, that's the one I caught my biggest spoonbill on. Actually, it's one of them that I caught one of my 80-pound spoonbill on. The other one I caught on a Abu Garcia Ambassador rod and reel. You wouldn't believe what a fight that was. Just old bass rig. It wasn't the catfish setup you guys see that Abu Garcia has now. It was just the it was just a basket up. I've had them out for right before I started this live, so I've had them out for about probably 25, 26 minutes. Like I said, this lake I don't get no numbers of fish here unless it's flooding. When it's flooding, then I can go back up to the creek mouth. I'll get some numbers then. I'll catch 20 or 30 fish. Good sized channel catfish. Some pretty good blues. I really want one of these flatheads that's in here to come and hit. I got a buddy, last name Shibley. He caught a 92-pounder out of here, and if you look up Pretty Water in Sahoma, there's a picture of him holding that big old catfish up, and I guess he turned it back loose in here. And I guess I should go get a side of a hog one of these days, put it on a hook and drop it down there, see if I can't find that 92-pounder. But mostly channel catfish is what I catch here. It's just a small city lake. I don't know, probably 500 or 600 acre lake if I had to just take a wild guess. After my vacation's up, we're gonna clean this boat up a little bit. I might be doing a lot of giveaways because I want to make all my rods match again. I had them all matching at one point in time, and just dropped my cigarette butt on the floor. Anyway, I'm gonna run meat hunters across the back of it again, and Southern Wild Fin, I like those shad videos. They're pretty entertaining, man. They look like they fight hard. I wish I had those shad down here. I'd be using them suckers for bait. We got some skipjack at one dam. I've caught them at 2 dams in Oklahoma, but I only caught one at Oologah, and then the other ones, I don't want to name the dam just because I don't want it to be flooded with everybody. But seeing as how there's only 4 of you guys watching, it was Kerr Dam. And I was down there. I wasn't even really fishing that hard for them. I just took some crappie rods and put on 2 curly tail grubs. And then I casted them off the back of the boat like I'm catfishing here. Except for the river was going fast. And so they would just go underwater about 2 or 3 feet. And then they would just sit there and look like they were swimming in the water in the same spot. And that's how I was catching them. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't casting, reeling in, or nothing. I was just casting them out there and leaving them out there. So it was pretty cool. We got 36%, 35%. We'll run under Dad, and then if we don't catch nothing, then, you know, we'll head on to the house, I guess. We ain't got nothing better to do, I'll put it that way. We already planted the garden. We already went to work today. Tired. Just want to chill out. Hopefully catch a catfish. If we catch a little one, he's going to end up dinner. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. If we catch a big one, you know the deal. Same thing as always. We're going to let it go. Throwing me through a loop, though, not even having one bite so far. That ain't necessarily always a bad thing. Sometimes if you're getting a bunch of dink taps, it means there ain't no monsters in the area. And I feel like that usually it seems like I catch my biggest fish when I'm not catching very many fish. Probably because that big fish is in the area. I'll show you what I've been putting this Yamaha 70 horse through. Okay, we're back. I think it says, I don't know what it says. There it goes. All right, check this out. I've been putting this motor through its paces for a couple years now. I just pull right up in these reeds and weeds, and I just park right inside of them. I use my motor like a power pole. It's got a trim and tilt on it, tilt and trim, however you want to say it. And I'll just pull up on the bank. I'll have it tilted all the way up. Then when I get where I want to stop at, then I'll stick the motor down in the mud. And probably ain't the best thing for it, but it's what I got, and I don't have to throw that anchor out every time I want to stop. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see that over there. I don't know if I can zoom in. Oh, I sure can. I can zoom in. I got 2 rods on that log out there. Cast it out to it. Let's see now I can pan you guys. Let's see. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Okay. Mr. Rogers, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope I do too. Hope you get on some giants too next time you go. Just pan you guys around so you can check out this lake. Now, that dock right there is a good one. If you go on Navionics, it actually goes out to the, you could throw out main channel that runs along that wall over there. And there's a 40-foot hole. Let me see where we got. You got right off that point is 40 foot deep. That's the deepest spot in this whole lake. It should be, but like I said, we don't got no gas. So we're kind of just where we're at, which the boat ramp is right over there on the other side of that dock. So we ain't too worried about it. If we have to, we can make it back with a trolling motor. Yeah, but this lake is just gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see because of glare. That's a house I was talking about. Then there's the water thing where it sucks water out of here for the city water. Then there's that pole barn house I was talking about earlier. And we're back in the woods. Now I'm gonna stick you guys back on the fan base. That's a pretty cool lake. I like it a lot. It's just convenient to get away from the house. We're like less than 5 miles away from it. Let's see if I set you guys back further. If I can get more of the, we can get most of it. Let's see if we go all the way up here to the front of the boat. That wide lens will still be better, for sure. But at least this way, I think you guys can see me fighting fish. Duck just landed over there. I caught some pretty good bass on this rod, but since we can just sit here and have a conversation anyway. This is a Shimano 2500 HG, and I've got it spooled up with some 20-pound test braided line, barrel swivel, and then 25-pound test fluorocarbon. And I've got it on a Quantum Accurist, and this rod is weird. It feels like it like hums right here, like when you're reeling it through the water and stuff. And I think that's that way you can feel a fish biting, but you'll never guess what I paid for that freaking rod right here. It's pretty nice. There's this place called Claymart in over in Pryor, Oklahoma, or Shodo, or one of them places. And anyway, I bet this will get someone fired up. That place has good rods for a discounted price. Oh, we got some Googan baits on the boat. No, I do like this. This is the only bait that I've got by them. It's that little bumping bug. And it looks like a little crawdad in the water. And I kind of want to throw one around and see if I can catch a bass. But I looked at all their baits, and I was at Bass Pro Shop. And I was talking to them about what a good crappie bait. Matt Johnson. I don't know. These are the only ones that I got. It's this one and this one. But I was talking to the guys at Bass Pro Shop, and I'm friends with some of them, and some of them are YouTubers too. And they told me that this is a hard bait to beat for crappie. I think it's cool that they went from bass fishing to the crappie fishing too. Got me some hogs. Heck yeah, man. It looks good. And you know what? It looks like it'd be good for, they look like they would be really good for catching bass too, at a little creeks and stuff. It looks just like a little crawdad. I even bought me some of them little fancy hooks with the, it says Googan on the eye, or has their little logo with the 2 hooks and the line going through it or whatever. Now, the only thing I don't like about it is it comes with this little plastic thing on there. It's sometimes a pain in the butt to get it off there. Now, I'm kind of impatient, so, or at least when it comes to rigging one up. Like, even if a kid gets a hold of it or whatever, he's still gonna have to, the kid's still gonna have to take that guard off there sometime. I feel like that might be more of a danger having it on there, trying to get it off there. Might jab. Come on, kitty, kitty. I was hoping, being able fishing 9 to 19 or 4 to 19 foot of water, I was hoping we'd get some, I was really just hoping we'd get some kind of fish, maybe sunbathing, because we had that cold snap here in Oklahoma. Shoot, it was cold here this morning. I'm wearing a vest right now. It's not cold anymore, but I didn't want to come out here without it and then it get cold. I don't have very much room to cast off the back of the boat, but we're gonna just go back there and make the cast anyway. Oh, baby.
What do you think?
Let's move you guys a little bit closer. So that way you guys can see if I catch one. What we got going on here? They are good for catching bass. Well, I hope so, because I bought them with the intention of trying to catch some crappie and trying to catch some bass out of a little creek. We might do that tomorrow, depending on what time I get off work. We got a little bit of room we can cast around with. Try it over there. Bass should be around these weeds. One of the other reasons I haven't busted these out at this lake is just because it's so overpopulated with. What is that scent, that sweet smell they put on these Guggen baits? Whatever it is, it smells freaking good. It smells like there's an old creature style bait and it had like a woman in a bikini on it. I forget what it's called, but when I was a kid they had these baits and it smelled just like that. So it smells like they're using an old recipe to make new baits. Probably not a bad idea because those baits worked good. And I mean old recipe as far as their plastics go and what they're putting out there. Wouldn't that be something we come out here to go catfish and end up catching bass? Already almost happened once today. I got broke off. Or wouldn't it be something I start casting around this bait and then I run into a catfish hopping it off the bottom? How much time are we down to? We're down to 23% on the phone. Yeah, I just love the way that looks when it's going through the water. Can't help myself. I don't think that the crawdads around here have a pink tip of their tail, but I don't think the bass care. Does anyone else do that or just me? I pull out the line like that, so that way it falls straight down. At least in my mind, that's how that works. It's kind of a habit I've created over time, and I just keep doing it. You know, there's a good possibility there's that weed point right here that I'm kind of fishing the edge of it. So it could be a possibility I could catch a bass doing this. You certainly know when you run into them reeds. You guys probably keep seeing me set the hook on nothing, but it's okay. Does anyone else use fluorocarbon for their leaders? You do? Heck yeah. I feel like if I let it pendulum back, I lost half of my cast, so. It feels like there's some rocks out there too. I'll show you some other baits I got, Matt Johnson. You might be interested in them, I don't know. I got them off of Temu, believe it or not. My daughter got me turned on to it. I know they're probably a cheap piece of shit, but that's okay. She came up there to the house, and I think I got these for like 10 bucks. These poppers, and I want to change the hooks out, but they look like they'd be perfect size for hybrids and even stripers or largemouth bass, and it came with all of these. And then I'm gonna show you some of the other ones she got me. These I'll take one out of the package. I'll just take one out because they're all three the same. They're just, but these little paddle tail grubs, and don't hold me to it, but I think that all three bags, and I think there's 50 in a bag. I think all three of them were under 10 bucks. Yeah, I think those poppers will be, for the money, man, I think those are hard to beat. And my daughter, she hooks me up with that Temu stuff, you know. She's all the time, with her own money too, she's a little sweetheart. She's all the time coming up to me talking about, do you want these off of Temu or do you want this off of Temu? No, tell her sure. You can't turn down a free bait. I've been a little leery about buying fishing reels off there, but there was a couple times that I really wanted to buy some fishing reels off there. I mean, I still do. I don't want to throw my money away, but I see other people catching fish off of them and using them to make videos, but I really don't want to be that guy either. That's just using the Temu stuff to, you know, just to make a video with a cheap fishing reel. I don't want to entice anyone to buy something that may or may not be junk. I don't know. If anyone asks me what I think they should get for catfish pole, and you can see on the back of my boat, they're all different. And so I've tried quite a few different rods over the years. And I'll just say that they all work. Yeah, $10, yeah, for sure, man. You can't hardly beat that. And they catch fish. If someone asks me what catfish rod that I think they should get, I'm gonna tell them a meat hunter. Because I've used meat hunter since I was a kid. They're strong, they're dependable. I've literally, with 60-pound test, monofilament line, and a 10-aught Gamakatsu hook, 8 ounces of lead, I've pulled whole trees off the bottom of the lake and reeled them all the way up to the boat. I'm trying to snap the line. I'll just reel down, then grab the rod and pull like that. And the reel that I'd recommend to anybody is the Okuma CLX Classic. And so for about $110, you got a good catfish rod. And you can even go cheaper. I always get pretty good big size surf rods. And because I fish from the bank most of the time, even though I have a boat, I do exactly what I'm doing right now. A lot of times I pull up to the bank, and having the boat is, unless I'm fishing in the river, I go on Navionics. I try to find somewhere that's got a deep hole where I can fish shallow and deep, like I am now. And I don't like throwing the anchors out unless I have to, or unless I got current. I like to throw one anchor out, and then the current and the motor will hold me in the center of the river. without swaying a whole bunch. But yeah, for the most part, I just like to crash up on the bank somewhere and cast my rods out. And I think we're gonna get a fish. This yellow right over here, I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys back over here because that line was slack a minute ago. That one rod that's right there, it was slack just a minute ago, and now it's all the way tight. Well, no fish, and now the wind's coming from the south. Wind from the south blows the bait right in their mouth. Yeah, I would think so, but like I said, this city, like, it's kind of it's predictable for me. I was expecting to at least catch a channel catfish by now. We've been on here for almost an hour. So I did expect to catch a channel catfish by now. But usually I don't catch that many catfish out of here. I'll catch 2 or 3 in a couple hours. But today I haven't caught none for whatever reason. And I already went back up in the creeks earlier. First thing I did when I got here, there wasn't nothing up there. Usually, whenever it rains really hard and we get a good flood, I go fishing in the creek when all the runoff is pushing through. I usually do pretty good then. And I can catch numbers and size, but I've never really got much of size or anything like that when they ain't putting water out up here. But you never know until you throw, and you'll never catch them unless you put the time in. So here I am. The days like this makes the days that I catch a bunch of them all that much more enjoyable, as it should be. I ain't gonna lie to you and tell you that I'm not a big fan of catching, because I am. So shocked I haven't got even a nibble. That's one of those days where you're fishing with shad and you should have been fishing with crappie. Only day I'm fishing with crappie and I should have been fishing with shad. That happens sometimes. Oh, we just went into low power mode. I think it'll still work. Yeah, it's still working. We'll probably wrap it off. We'll probably be on here for 12 more minutes. Hopefully we catch a catfish by then, or 11 minutes. We'll let it run and we'll see. Hopefully we get one. Not looking too promising, if we're being honest. Does anyone know why Mark Cooper from Top Knox Fishing and Catfish Dave aren't getting along? I've kind of read over it briefly, but I haven't really read why they don't get along or what the beef is between them. But I like both of them. I like watching both of their shows, you know. And Catfish Dave, I can relate to him because I eat cheese. Top Knox Fishing, I relate to him because I like catching all kinds of fish. I'm not stuck on catfish only. I do primarily catfish, but I like catching everything. I've got hybrid videos, crappie videos, shell cracker videos, and I'm gonna get some carp fishing videos. I like catching carp too. They're fun. I throw most of my fish back anyway, and so I don't know I've got spoonbill fishing videos. I don't know. I've got trout fishing videos. I don't know if it pulls drag, I like to catch it. And so I'm gonna catch some carp. I got some chicken feed, scratch or whatever, the kind that's like been ground up and made into like little bitty bites or whatever. And I'm gonna come out here and throw a bunch of it out in one area for like a week and chum up a spot, and then come out here and hopefully just waylay some carp. Because I think that'd be a good time on some 20-pound test and some bass gear. 20-pound test braided line, little Carolina rig, and just a couple pieces of corn and a small hook. Sounds like a good time. What I was getting at is I let them, most of them go anyways. So, and if I could catch some small carp, like 6 or 7, 8 inches long, maybe even 10 inches long, dude, I'll be putting that sucker on there whole, trying to catch me a flathead. Still kind of in awe about not catching nothing. The dam's right over there, so there should be a little bit of current pulling through that way. But I guess the only fish that are downriver of me is only like, the dam's literally a football field away. So there probably aren't a billion fish downriver of me. I should have picked somewhere different to make this video, but like I said before, the boat's out of gas, so. And my daughter's getting cold. She's freezing to death. 8 more minutes. 8 more minutes. She has my jacket on, but it don't matter if she's got my jacket on if her pants have holes in them bigger than, well, we'll just say more of her legs showing than not showing. She wears them cut. You might gonna make me show them? Yeah. Yeah, they're everywhere, man. I don't really mind them. I know in like shallower ponds and stuff, shallower lakes, they root up the bottom, and so they'll make it I forget what the term of the water is. There's a term for what they do to the water, but in my redneck terms, they make the water muddy. They root around the bottom and they fan out. But this lake's a pretty deep lake. They're not hurting nothing here. The water, let me show you real quick. I don't know if you guys can see through it or not, but that water, you can see down in the reeds and stuff. They're not hurting this lake none. I don't mind them. They're not native, but I think they're, yeah, my autocorrect drives me crazy too. But at least your autocorrect hasn't said anything inappropriate yet. Mine, you gotta watch mine. Uh-oh. I think I saw that black rod right there bobbing in just a second. We got a strong wind from the south now. Kind of took me by surprise. It's kind of been peaceful. Usually the wind dies down, it seems like, at the end of the day. But those trout, they've naturalized. They're fun to catch. I got a video actually catfishing. And in the wintertime when I go catfishing, I won't only throw out big baits or cut bait. I'll take night crawlers with me and I'll throw them out on some smaller rods to break up the monotony of catching nothing sometimes. And so I'll catch little catfish, you know, eaters and stuff like that. And this one time I was down there and I freaking caught a freaking monster carp. Just trying to catfish. Carolina rig, you know, they all do that finesse rigs and stuff like that to catch carp. And literally my finesse rig for a carp was a 2 or 3 ounce weight and a 4-aught Gamakatsu hook with the balled up night crawler on it. And that was finesse enough for him. 50-pound test leader, 40-pound test braided mainline. He didn't mind at all. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and let this bait go. I'll let you guys see that, I guess. Oh, we got these guys. going back in. Ain't no point in keeping them. So I guess there was a fish in the video, as Catfish Dave would say. So this was a fishing video. We got 5 minutes left to go. I knew whether we catch a fish in the next 5 minutes or not, we won't be rebaiting. So might as well get them out of the live well. I actually had in my opinion, a freak accident. About a week ago, me and my old lady went fishing. We caught a bunch of shad about that big. We fished from the morning into the night. And I had forgot to get the shad out of the dang live well. There's about 10 of them, about 2 inches long. And that's not a mess I'm too eager to deal with again. I really make this video if that dang, now we're at 10% foam. I really make this video if catfish should go on ahead and come through for the folks that stuck around for an hour. My little Kiwi Wiwi down there, she's anticipating going home.
Cold and hungry, and I want to be here because the wind in my face is blowing my hair in my eyes.
What fishes was Wade say? He's going down there and there's a little kid. I don't want to go fishing, Grandpa. And Wade said, too damn bad. That cracked me up when I was watching that and I heard him say
Quit! Stop!
She's down there freezing to death. Her teeth are down there chattering. She's a little Eskimo. Put your puppy on your lap and you'll probably be warm. Honey boo boo. That dog's wore out. She's not. She's a silly one. I still can't believe we ain't caught one damn catfish. Well, guys, we got we got 2 more minutes. And I'm gonna have to call it quits for the day. Those crappie though, they'll make it though. See, there goes that one. He's starting to stick it out. The other couple, they already swam away. But they'll either swim away or Rodney will eat them. There's a seagull here. He's been here for years, and I usually feed him shad, but I don't know where he's at today. I haven't seen him. And anyway, if Rodney comes around, he'll make quick work of those two. They better get to catching their breath or catching their water or however you put it in fish terms. But yeah, there he goes. He's kicking off. He gonna be going. Big old bass might get him. Yep, there goes that one. He's going. He's gonna be going. I was hoping on using all those. Just didn't work out to my favor, I don't guess. How sick would it be if a flathead just came up and ate that right now? Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. And you're welcome. Yeah, summer's coming. I appreciate you sticking it out with me while I'm out here waiting on these fish. Everybody have a good one. Tight lines. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.